Hello, my name is Hunter Smith, and this is my Python Week 2 homework. And so here's a start, just lines 1 through 14. I just wanted to make a program that can use the different data types, such as an integer and a float and then a string. So float, which would be the stock price. This is the program I set up for that. The integer, which is the number of shares. Here's my program for that. And then the input, which would be the ticker symbol, and that's my input for that. And so right here, I just put in 165 for the stock price, 100 for the number of shares, and then just Apple as my company ticker. And this was the output right here. Stock price 165, number of shares 100, Apple 100. And that came from this program right here. And then lines 16 through 26. I wanted to be able to find the total value of my stock just from the stock price and the number of shares. Um, and so this was a program that I put in to just be able to add my stock price to it. And this isn't the program for my number of shares. Um, and so I put in 165 for the stock price and just randomly did 22 shares. And to find my total value, uh, this was the program I put in, but I had a this was the program I put in to calculate the total value of my investment, and it would print right here, which was 3,630. And so after that, it would be lines 28 through 45. And so for this section, I wanted to uh, create a simple interest calculator that can use the principal, the rate, and then time for inputs. And at the end, this would give me the simple interest rate. So these were the programs I set up for the principal, the rate, and the time. And this was the formula I added for the simple interest, which was principal times rate times time divided by 1,000. And this was what it ran. For the principal amount, I just added 1,200. For the annual interest rate, I want to do 6.5%, which came from this. And for the number of years, I just randomly put in 88 years uh, just for the time. And it popped out the simple interest rate being 6,840. And to be able to get the total amount after the interest, I needed to do the principal plus the simple interest rate. So these two programs together. And it gave me 8,640, which came from this program. So next, it was lines 47 through 69. And so this section, I just wanted to write a program that can convert currency using a fixed exchange rate. So right here, this was the section for programs to be able to have that fixed exchange rate. Here you see US dollar to euro, euro to US dollar, US dollar to the pound, and the pound to the US dollar. These were the fixed exchange rate numbers that I wanted to use. And this was for the amount. This program was to be able to have the amount for the user to input the amount, and then input the currency that they wanted to use, and input the currency that they wanted it to swap to. And so the amount I wanted to put in was 50 from 50 US dollars. I wanted to swap it to euros, which came from this, and it would give me the US dollars to euros, 50 US dollars to 45.5 euros. That was the exchange. And right here, I wanted to add more foreign currencies. Um, just to have more of a diverse, more of a look at it, look at the different type of currencies I can add. And this was lines 71 through 99. These were the other foreign currencies that I wanted to use. Added the Japanese yen and the Canadian dollar into it. I also added different swaps, euro to the pound, Canadian dollar, US dollar, yen to US dollar, yen. Um, and these were the foreign exchange rates that I wanted to add, or that I added. Um, and so for the user to input these numbers, this is the program I added for them to input the amount and from whatever currency they wanted to whatever other currency they wanted, which came from here. So for the input, just an amount I wanted to do 88 US dollars. So I did US dollars to Japanese yen. Um, and so here's that US dollars to Japanese yen, the amount times the exchange rate, and it would print the exchange rate right here. $88 to 13,244 Japanese yen. That was this program. So the next program would be um, the same amount of foreign currencies, but I just wanted to make sure that I would keep two decimals as the final outcome. As you can see right here, same program as last time, um, but to add the two decimals, this was the program that I used. Amount, point 0.2 F, convert the amount, currency to this currency, and exchange rate. So once again, I just added 88 US dollars to Canadian dollars this time, which is right here, these programs together. And then to make sure it gave me it, like I said, added the point 0.2, which gave me 118.880 instead of just 118.8. And then the next section would be 131 to 143. I wanted to just create a simple program that can, looks like, to calculate future value of my investment after a certain amount of years. So I wanted to start with the principal. This was the program that I added to be able to get the principal amount from the user, and then the interest rate, and the time of year, or the amount of times that the interest would be compounded per year, and the number of years. So this is this program. These are the outcomes of that program. So the principal amount, I just wanted to do 1,200. The annual interest rate, I added 6%. And number of times, I want to do semi-annually, so I just did 2. For number of years, I added 42 randomly. And so this was a program to find that solution to calculate the future value, which would be future value times the principal times 1 plus rate divided by the number of years to the power of its time, how many times it's compounded in a year times the years. And so it would give me it would give me the result of the future value investment, the future value of the investment, which was 14,371.70. And so next, the last section looks like lines 145 to 163. I want to write a program that can just calculate a monthly loan payment given its principal, interest rate, and then the amount of years. Oops, sorry. Just want to make sure it can still hear me. Yep, everything sounds good. Uh, And so for loan amount, I needed to have the user input, just the loan amount, the principal amount. The annual rate, this is a program I set up for that, converted to a decimal, divided by 100, and then a year's input for the user to just input the amount of years. And to calculate the monthly interest rate, I needed the annual rate divided by 12 months, and the years times 12 months. Uh, and so this was the formula used to be able to calculate this interest rate. And so here, for the principal, which came from these three sections, or these three sections. So the principal amount, I just added 1,000. Interest rate, I want to do 4.2%. On the loan term, 45 years. And to display the results, this was the program I used to get $4.13 of a monthly payment. So that is my week 2 homework.